Hey everybody, and welcome to this video. This is going to be a full face of my favorites video. Basically, I'm going to be showing you guys all of my favorite products, but instead of just talking about them, I'm showing you a makeup look with them. I wanted to do like a little bit of a twist on a favorites video. I think I'm still going to have a favorites video coming up in the next couple of weeks where I sit down and talk about all of my favorites in a bunch of different categories. But as far as makeup, these are products that I've been using the most and I've just been loving, and I wanted to kind of show you guys them in action. So at some point in this video my mic died out, so I don't know if this is going to end up being a voiceover or not. Hopefully it kind of lasted throughout the time, but yeah, we will see. But if you guys are interested in seeing how I got this look and what products I used that are my current favorites, then go ahead and keep on watching. So the first thing that I'm going to use is this 4th Ray Beauty Rainfall 2% Hyaluronic Acid Serum. And I like to use this as kind of like a serum and a primer as well, because it does get a little bit tacky once you put it on your face. So for me, it kind of works as a 2-for-1 because I'm getting that hydration from the hyaluronic acid, but it also is kind of like helping my foundations stick to my skin a little bit better. So I really like this product. Then I'll just go in with my e.l.f. Poreless Putty Primer in my T-zone, kind of where I have bigger pores, just to fill in those areas. Alright, and so I'll kind of just let those primers settle into my skin, and I'll go on to my brows. Now, my brows, I just recently got them threaded, and then I also just did an at-home tinting, so they're not in the worst shape right now, so it'll be pretty easy. But what I like to use to fill in my brows is the Arches and Halo Micro Brow Defining Pencil, and this one is in the shade Dark Brown, and it's just one of my favorite products at the moment for my brows. I feel like this is just a perfect color for me and my brows, and yeah, it's really nice. You can get it at Target. Alright, I love freshly tinted and threaded brows. They're just super quick and easy. It is so amazing. And if you guys don't know how to tint your brows at home, I can definitely do a video on it and kind of just show you how I do it at home. It takes like 15-20 minutes, not bad at all, and then you kind of already have like a really good working draft, I guess, on your face. Does that make any sense? What the heck does that even mean? I don't know. Basically, it just kind of helps you where it's not, you don't have to put as much product because it's already kind of like dyed. So I'll show you in the video, okay? I'll do that soon. Moving on, let's go into our brow gel, and this is the Covergirl Easy Breezy Brow. I've been using it for a couple of weeks now and I love it so much. I will say, make sure that you are done with your brows and you are ready to set them, because once this is in your brows, like, it is set, they kind of harden and they do not move, and when you want to go in with pencil after, it kind of gets a little bit weird. So just make sure that you have the shape that you want and you are good to go before you put this in, because once this set, like, they're set. But that being said, once they're set, they're not going anywhere, so they really do keep it in place all day long. And this one is in the shade medium. Now I'm going to go in and just clean up the brow a little bit, and I've been using this Essence Camouflage Matte Concealer, and this one is in the shade Golden Toffee, and I just find it's a very good match to my skin, so I kind of like it to clean up my brows just because it doesn't look like super highlighty or anything. It looks very natural underneath the brow, so I'll just go in with this. Alright, so these are the brows done. Now we're going to go ahead and move on to the eyeshadow. And I'm just going to first start by priming, and this has been my go-to eyeshadow primer. This is the NYX HD Studio eyeshadow base, and this one is just in ESB04, which is just like a clear eye primer. I really like this eye primer. It's really good if you have oily lids, because it is kind of like really matte. So if you don't have oily lids, it can definitely be super drying, I feel like. So definitely only if you have oily lids, I would say use this product, just because it really does help to control the oils and keep it nice and matte. And if you don't have that issue, I feel like it might just be a little bit too drying for your lids. Now I'm going to go into an eyeshadow palette that I've been using a lot. I have a lot of palettes. I don't really have like a favorite one that I use every single day, just because I have a lot of different eyeshadow palettes and I like to kind of switch it up on the daily. But this has been probably the one that I've been reaching for the most, so I decided I would put it into this video because I really do like this palette and it's super awesome, and you've probably seen it a lot on my Instagram or my channel if you've been watching. But it is just the KathleenLights and Colourpop So Jaded palette. I really do like this palette. It has so many different colors and just you can do so many different looks with it, and it's super affordable as well. So I figured I would pop this out and we could play with it today. So yeah, let's go ahead and do that. Alright, let me take this shade Citrine into my crease. It's a nice like muted kind of yellow shade. I feel like it comes up a little bit more yellow on camera than it does in real life. It's like a little bit more muted than I'm seeing on the viewfinder. Sorry, I feel like I always like kind of scrunch down whenever I'm doing my shadow. My apologies. Now let's go in with You're Gem right in the outer corner and a little bit up into the crease. Very lightly, kind of mixing. Let's deepen that a little bit with Carnelian. Right in kind of the same vicinity. Alright, now I'm going to take Moonstone. Is that the color I want? I guess, yeah. Moonstone. Kind of has like a bluish kind of reflect to it. Then take a little bit of Sunstone right kind of in the center to kind of blend it from Moonstone to the outer corner color. And come back in and blend all of these shadows. Alright, and I feel like I just need a little bit more depth in kind of the outer corner, so I'm going to take Stoned and bring that very lightly to this outer corner. And you see how that kind of just adds a little bit of depth to the look, so it doesn't look so flat in that outer corner. Alright, so now I'm gonna just take Royal Jewels and kind of just clean up underneath the brow, and if any shadow kind of got too high, it kind of just brings it down a little bit. It's my little trick, is just taking a skin tone shade and kind of cleaning up any color that might have just gone up a little bit too high into the crease. Alright, so now I'm going to do is I'm going to apply mascara, and I'm just going to be using the Essence Princess Lash Mascara. This is one of my favorite mascaras. I always go back to it, and this one is the Sculpted Volume version. Alright, and then for lashes, I'm just going to reuse this pair of number 11 lashes from Kiss. These are just like my favorite kind of everyday lashes. I love these so much. They're like a classic lash. So let me go ahead and apply these. And I really like these because the band is really thin and natural. So you don't have to apply an eyeliner. It kind of just blends in with your natural lashes really nicely. And it kind of just looks like eyelash extension. It's really, really beautiful. Perfect for every day. So that is what the eyes look like done. Super simple, something I would definitely do for like everyday wear. And yeah, which is really nice. So let's move on to the foundation. And this has been my probably like my number one foundation right now. I've been going back and forth between the pure Love Your Selfie one and this one, but I feel like this one kind of just is a little bit over, like it just slightly is like above the pure one, just because it's a little bit more kind of lightweight and a little bit thinner, but it still gives me really good coverage. I really love this product. This is the Stay Naked foundation from Urban Decay, and this one is in the shade 50CG. And I do have a wear test in it and first impression. If you haven't seen that, I will go ahead and link it up here. You can go ahead and see like my first impression and thoughts, but obviously I love it. I still use it to this day, but you can kind of see how it wears throughout the day in that video. So I like to apply this with a brush. I find like it just gives me the best coverage and blends out really nicely. And the brush that I like to use is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. And just blend it right in. You see how easy and fast it just blends out. It is a super lightweight kind of foundation, if you can see, like super liquidy, but it has so much coverage. I really like this foundation. Alright, now we're going to move into concealer, and the concealer I've been using is the Covergirl True Blend Undercover Concealer in the shade Golden Amber. I really like this concealer. It's basically like a drugstore version of Shape Tape. I think this is the closest one that I've found from the drugstore that reminds me of Shape Tape, where it's not too heavy, not too drying. It's kind of like a very similar formula to Shape Tape, and it's only, I think, less than $10. I'm not sure the exact price, but I'm pretty sure it's under $10, where the Shape Tape is like $26, $28. It's like pretty up there. I remember when I had to repurchase it, I was like, oof, ouch, but it does last forever, so I took the bullet. Bit the bullet. What? Bitch. I don't know my sayings, obviously. I really don't. So I'll just kind of let that set for a few seconds, and then I like to start down the middle of my face first to give the under eyes a little bit more time to dry, because if you let it dry for a couple of seconds, it gives you even more coverage. So I kind of like work down the middle of my face first and then move on to the under eyes. You see, it just gives me a nice full coverage look. Beautiful. It's not drying, it's not heavy or cakey. It's just a very nice, natural kind of full coverage concealer. Well, full coverage on me. I don't really have a lot to conceal underneath my eyes, so it might be like medium if you have like dark circles or something like that, but I just kind of like it to brighten and kind of smooth out that area. So for me, it's like a full coverage, but that's just because I don't have a lot to cover. I don't know how it would be like with other under eye issues. Just so you know. I'm going to go in with my number 7 Translucent Perfect Light Loose Powder. You guys have seen me use this so many times. It's still one of my favorites. I did run out of my Collab Set the Stage powder And I need to go pick up like a lighter version because I only have one for when I'm tan, which would not look very good on me right now. So I've just been using this. I go back and forth between those two. Those are probably my two favorite drugstore powders, or just like powders at all, honestly. I use them like every day. I kind of go back and forth between this one and the collab one. And I've kind of been baking a little bit recently, so I kind of am just going to leave that there. And then I have incorporated cream contouring into my routine. So what I've been using is the Wet n Wild, the MegaGlo contour stick, I guess. And this one is in the shade Where's Walnut. And I just like to put this in the areas where I'm going to contour. And then I take a LA Girl mini stippling brush like these, and I just blend it out. And I say to do one side at a time, because once it dries it does get a little bit harder to blend out. So just do like one side at a time, blend it out, and then move on to the other side so you don't have any issues in that area. And you can see it kind of just gives me a little bit of definition on this side of my face. Can you see? I don't know if you can tell, but it's just like a base for my bronzer. Later on, really get under this chin right here. Get rid of that double chin real quick. Alright, and then what I'm going to do is just take a little bit of that same translucent powder and put that right underneath that bronzer, that cream contour, just to kind of carve it out. And this one, I don't like to let it sit there too long because I kind of feel like it makes this part of my face look a little bit ashy. Like any color powder that I use, like it just always kind of looks a little bit ashy here. So I don't like to keep it on too long. I'll just put it on and then wipe it away. And it just kind of lightens that area. Make sure you don't go too far down with the contour. Then I'll kind of brush away the powder from under my eyes. Then I'm going to go in with my bronzer. I kind of go back and forth between these two bronzers as well. I will go between the deep bronzer from Physicians Formula or the Fenty Beauty Caramel Cutie bronzer. Kind of just whichever one I reach for that day. So today I'm going to use the Fenty Beauty bronzer in Caramel Cutie. And just kind of go right over where we put the cream contour. Now we'll go into the blush, and the blush I'm going to use is this blush palette from Catrice and Eman. It was a collaboration, and it's 4 beautiful shades. I'm going to mix the two at the bottom, the shade Luxor and Cairo. I really like the combination of these two together. They are very pigmented, so make sure you don't take too much. And pop that right on the cheeks. See, I feel like I already put too much on. So my camera died and I don't really know where it stopped, so I'm just going to tell you what I did on my lower lash line. I went in with the Flower Beauty Longwear eyeliner in the shade Brownstone on my waterline. Then I went in with the shade You're a Gem under my eye all the way, and just on the outer corner I took a little bit of Carnelian and blended it in the outer corners and popped on some mascara, and now the eyes are complete almost. Let me just take a little bit of that e.l.f. highlighter and pop some of that into my inner corner. Just kind of tie everything together. Alright, let's go ahead and do the lips, and then we will be all set with my favorites. My full face of favorites. So now I'm going to go in with the Morphe lip liner in the shade Sweet Tea. This is literally the perfect nude for me and my skin tone. It's like what I've been searching for my entire life. I got it and I was like, oh, this is amazing. I need like 20. So I'm going to pop that on. So good. Beautiful. I love that liner so much. And now I'm going to pop on this Colourpop Just a Tint like lip crayon, and this is in the shade Gimme Some More. I am obsessed with this. I didn't think that I would like it as much as I do. I thought it was going to be kind of like, it kind of reminds me of those like Revlon lip balm things, except this is very, very moisturizing, and this shade is beautiful. It is so nice. So it has a really good color payoff. I thought it was going to be like super sheer and just like, I don't know. I didn't really have high hopes for it when I first tried it out, but I am obsessed with this one, especially this shade in particular. This again is Gimme Some More, and it just looks like I have like a gloss over top. Like it's super moisturizing, and I just love it so much. It's like a perfect everyday, like this combo is like my everyday lip combo. I love it. So good. Alright, so my microphone did go ahead and die at this portion, which was the very last portion of the video, thankfully, so we did have pretty good audio for most of the video. But basically right here, I'm just using my eyebrow pencil that we used earlier, the Arches and Halo one, and just going over my beauty marks on my face. I don't do this every day, but for some reason, I was just kind of in the mood that day. And then I'm going in with my Smashbox Photo Finish setting spray, which I've been absolutely obsessed with, to take off the powdery effect and just make sure everything lasts all day long. And then finally I'm taking this super cute like perfume bottle style fan that I have, and it's super cute and it's rechargeable, and I got it from Amazon. It's like $12. It's a little over the top and like unnecessary, but I use it every day, but you definitely don't need it. So yeah, let's go ahead and get to the outro. So this is the final look using all of my favorite products. Honestly, I've been using all of these products for couple of weeks now, aside from the eyeshadow palette, just because I have so many palettes that I don't use this one every single day. But out of all of my palettes from the past couple of weeks, this is probably the one I've been using the most. I really like the look that we ended up with. So give this video a thumbs up if you guys liked it. Let me know down below if you guys have tried any of these products, what your thoughts are, and what are your favorite products as well. Maybe I'll find my next favorite from your comment. You never know. And definitely subscribe for more content. I know I haven't been super consistent, but I have a full list of videos that I want to do coming up, so I'm hoping to be a lot more consistent. I'm not going to promise like any amount of uploads or anything like that, but I will try to have at least one video a week starting out. So yeah, definitely subscribe if you guys like these videos and you want to see more from me. I really appreciate you spending your time here with me on my channel when you could be anywhere here on YouTube. So definitely a big thanks to you guys, and hopefully you're having a fantastic day, and I will see you in my next video. Bye.